Good afternoon. Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Kyle Stevens here from Craft Beverage Warehouse in Milwaukee. Thanks for jumping on with me today, Kyle.
Thanks for having me, Stacie.
It's my pleasure. I love hearing what you're doing in Brew City. I know we had a little bit of time to talk before, and I would love for you to share with our clients and community what you are doing. Do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
Awesome. Thank you. So when people ask you how you describe Craft Beverage Warehouse, how do you describe it?
We start with saying we're a one-stop shop for beverage companies that are canning their products. So it's all beverages. We sell beverage cans and then anything related to canning their beverage. But our biggest investment has been in direct-to-can digital printing, which is a pretty new technology.
Very cool. So who would you say your target market is as far as size and scale goes?
Small to medium for the layman. If I don't get into like barrel numbers, but if you're from the Milwaukee area, I don't know how many of your viewers are, but let's just say lakefront brewery and down in terms of size. That's probably a good way to scale it. But to that point, though, like Lakefront Brewery, we would not sell them the cans for their year-round brands, like the big runs. We would be selling like seasonals. That's kind of where our niche is.
Very good to know. So what were your plans when you started your business and how have they changed?
Yeah, so we started as a pandemic response to a can shortage. So when COVID-19 happened, most of our customers are breweries, so I'll just say breweries, but it's all beverage companies. Couldn't sell your beverages on draft at a bar or restaurant, couldn't serve at a soda fountain. So like everything was being pushed into cans. And the supply chain, as we always talk about, the supply chain couldn't handle all the demand for cans because that's the only way we could sell carry out in a can to the grocery store and stuff like that. So we just started buying cans to try to help our friends out because I was in the industry working at a brewery at the time. And yeah, that's how we started and never thought it would bring us where we are today.
That's crazy. And now you're up to 6 employees already, and that's been less than 3 years, huh?
Yep.
That's incredible growth. What is the biggest way that you impact the community? Obviously, you started by impacting the community. That's how you started your business. But what is the way you've continued to impact the community?
Yeah, so as a business, we don't have a ton of initiatives yet. I think I do a lot personally, just serving on nonprofit boards, very involved with the university here, UWM in Milwaukee, and then the Business Improvement District and a couple health education boards that I'm on that's adjacent to my wife's career.
Wow.
As a business, though, we're in the 30th Street Industrial Corridor in Milwaukee, and we're on a very important piece of commercial property, which used to be home to A.O. Smith and Tower Automotive. And we're in a spec building that the city built, trying to get some business and investment back into this community after those businesses left. So it's not, I mean, we've got a great rent deal. Our investors and our owners are all invested in this building, and we want to see it succeed. We've got 5 different businesses in this building now where there used to be 0. So we're bringing some employment back. I know the numbers aren't huge, but we're a small business. We got to start somewhere. So I think that's our biggest impact at this point, is just trying to grow this. We're really open and we host community events and stuff too. We really want people to come in and come through and see what we're doing, see how manufacturing has changed since they had, 8,000 employees on this property with A.O. Smith and Tower. Now manufacturing looks a lot different. So we're really open to that, just so people can kind of see what we're doing up here.
That's incredible. Yeah, revitalizing communities area, that's a huge impact on the community. So thank you for doing that. What is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners could learn from?
I think if everybody's a business or if you have employees, it's something that everybody learns, but it's usually learning the hard way. I think it's just making sure you find the right people, keep the right people, and make sure that the wrong people aren't around. And it's always a really hard decision to make because you don't want to have to make it. So yeah, I think we learned that early on. We had a couple times where we hired probably a little too quickly, and and then it just didn't work out. And then it's hard on everybody. It's hard on the business. It's hard on the employee, even if they know it's not a fit. So
Mhm.
we've really like refocused on taking our time, hiring the right people, taking as much time as we need to figure that out, and then just making sure that the people we want to keep around are supported, developed, make sure that they know, what we think about them. And so I think if you have established business owners, they probably know this, or hopefully they've learned this over the time. But that anybody that is hiring that doesn't have that first or second or third employee yet, I think got to really focus on that. It's just so important. Even though we've got a machine that does most of the work for us, people are still like the hottest commodity out there.
Isn't that interesting? Totally. Yeah. One thing that we often tell our clients is to hire slow, like you said, and fire quick. When there's a bad apple in the bunch, that toxicity can just travel quickly. So that's really, really good advice. And I love hearing that from a business owner like yourself. Thank you. What does the future look like to you? And do you have an exit plan?
Um, how frank do you want me to be with you? Oh, yes.
You can be Kyle or Frank.
So I'm a CPA that has audit and tax experience. I also worked in transaction services, which is mergers and acquisitions for a while. So of course there's like an exit plan, an idea. We love Milwaukee. We want to be in Milwaukee, but the business we're in, shipping empty cans, we ship air across the country, fragile air. So it doesn't make sense for us to service customers that are really far away. It's expensive to transport. So the goal is it's kind of a regional build, right? We'd love to be in a couple or a few different regions in the country, and just build a sustainable like three to five locations. And if we can operate it for a long time, that's great. I'm in my mid-30s, so I've got a lot of time. But I'd really love to, be able to retire when I'm 50. That's the goal. So I don't know if we'll get there, but I love to play golf, and I just don't have enough time to do it right now.
But golf does take up time, and that's a great goal. That's great vision that you have that. And I never really thought about, yeah, that really is fragile air that you're shipping around. So that it's really smart that you're thinking about those different locations and the best strategy for not only your business, but your customers and the earth for that matter. Because if something breaks then or your bends or whatever, then it's not worth anything, right?
Yep, exactly.
Very interesting. All subjects open. What inspires you most?
I don't probably my family. I'm not super sentimental about it, but my grandpa started a manufacturing business in the 70s with one of my uncles, and then all of my uncles ended up working in the business, my father included. And yeah, they built it to be a sizable company that works with a lot of really big companies and automotive, defense industries, medical industry, and they sold it when I was in college. So none of the kids were interested in it. So me and my cousins, we weren't interested at all. We were all off at college. We wanted to do our own thing. And now it's funny because we all have different skill sets, and we would be the best at like running a family business together.
Oh my God.
But we're all kind of doing our own things and successful in our own right, hopefully. But yeah, I think that's what inspires me is my family hasn't invested in my businesses. I just want to show them like that they have something to be proud of, and hopefully that like I learned something along the way from what they were doing.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, you've got that entrepreneurial and manufacturing background in your DNA, apparently, huh?
Yeah, and I tell everybody that is they ask me why I work so hard. I'm like, I've been working hard since I started my career. I'd rather just do it for myself
There you
rather
go.
than somebody else.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. Well, thank you so much, Kyle, for taking the time to talk with us today. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, like a brewery or even anybody, how would they do that? What would be the best way?
Yeah, I think for business inquiries, the best way is just to go to our website. We spent a lot of time and money on our website, but it walks our customers through our whole process of how you get started with an order and what that looks like. Tons of questions are answered. We've got a YouTube channel that's linked there that has helpful videos on how to walk through artwork setup processes and stuff like that. And then obviously our contact information is all there, but that's for business inquiries. I think if there are other business owners that just want to connect, just shoot me a message on LinkedIn or email me at kyle@craftsevwarehouse.com and be happy to connect. It's always great to have a network of people that can support each other.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. And we are happy to support you as well and share your business. Craft Beverage Warehouse in Milwaukee. Thank you, Kyle, for your time today.
Thanks, Stacie.
Have a good one.
You too.